so last night I got this call, and Pitney called me kind of hysterical because there was a rat in his toilet. But I'm gonna let him tell you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, so anyway, so I just go into my bathroom to do whatever it was that I was going to do. I don't even remember. And I saw this thing in the in the toilet. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then it started moving. And I realized that it was a fucking rat tail. And I kind of got the plunger and was just sort of like swishing the water, and the tail was going. I was like, oh my God! And so I freaked out, and I called my landlord, who lives, right across the yard, and I was like, I hope you're here. I hope you're here. And he has no why I'm not here. I'm out of town visiting my mom. So he's like 5 hours away.
Oh.
And I was like, there's a rat in my toilet and it's moving. And so anyway, so he was just get the plunger and just keep plunging and keep plunging and keep plunging, and then flush.
The
and
plunger
it'll
just
go down.
I have to say the plunger freaks me out. Like just the thought of plunging at that point. It just seems like a bad idea to me. I don't know.
I was terrified that it was going to get sucked back out and that it was going to be pissed off and alive and bite.
Right, but it was sort of stuck where it was, right?
Yeah, and so I was plunging and the tail was going frantic.
Oh.
And every time the tail would move, I go, ah! And of course my landlord was just laughing at me, but he was like, it's okay. Just keep doing it. Flush and tell me what happens. Did the water go down? Is it still there? Plunge some more. And then it disappeared. And then but it was flushing real slow, so it was obvious that it was still there.
Now, when did you pour the bleach on it?
Yeah, so anyway, so I finally got it just flushed clean, and I thought it was gone, and that's when I called Amelia.
Yes.
And while I was on the phone with telling about this, all of a sudden it came back, and there was the angry tail.
Oh, and at this point,
not knowing what to do, I opened up.
Well, wait. Let me do my next part because I was trying to be helpful. So I just happen to be sitting by my laptop. So I type in rat in toilet, and the search results that came up, there was a bunch of image results at the top and then a bunch of, articles or whatever. And every single thumbnail was a picture of a rat in a toilet. And I just completely flipped out and I couldn't even look at it. I had to close the computer because just thinking about it completely freaked me out. So I was like no help. Although I did suggest pouring, because you had said something about pouring bleach in there, and I was like, well, if the goal is to kill it, you could pour like more bleach or something in there. Or something. You could pour something in there to kill it.
I had poured bleach and it was still moving, but then I ended up popping open a whole spray bottle of Tilex and dumped that in on it. Well, I was on the phone with you, and then remember I was trying to flush it, but it kept moving. It still wouldn't die. I was like, oh my God! And so
I remember screaming, put down the plunger!
Yes.
Stop plunging!
I got in the car, and I went down the street to the handyman's house, and I made him come, and fortunately he lives 3 houses down, and he's good friends with the owner.
Yeah.
And I made him come and deal with it, and I refused to be in the room, but apparently he pulled it out, and it was alive, but it died right away.
Oh.
And I don't know if the Tilex killed it, if the stress of the situation killed it,
if it drowned.
I had, emptied out the trash can so he could throw it in the trash can and then get rid of it. And apparently it had been alive. And so, but it's gone now. But now I've been all day I've been obsessively flushing the toilet to make sure that it flushes fast so I know that it's not there waiting to crawl back.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't know how you even slept last night. Because at one point I did suggest that you just set the house on fire and walk away.
Yes.
Because I just was out of ideas, and it was like, oh God, just burn the house down.
Well, this is silly, but I did have to shut the bathroom door before I went to sleep.
Oh, so that like
just in case.
If it did come out, if a rat did come out, it wouldn't be able to escape the bathroom?
Yes.
Oh, God.
And I would have heard the noise, but anyway, but it's gone now.
Well, the odds of it ever happening again are pretty slim. Although I gotta say, I told a friend at work this morning, and she was like, oh, did I not tell you that we had a rat in our toilet the other day? And I'm like, what is going on? The hell? My entire life, I've been vaguely aware that stuff like this might happen, but I've never known anyone, and now I know 2 people.
Oh, yeah, I'd never even heard of such a thing other than as, I thought it was an old wives' tale.
Right, like alligators in the sewers and shit like that.
But it can happen.
But apparently it can, because boy, when I Googled things, and it was just like, oh, apparently it's not that hard for a rat to do that. It's like, oh, God damn it, that's so gross.
Yes, and the landlord did call me this morning laughing to check on me to make sure that it was gone.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Because apparently he had talked to Caesar, the handyman, and Caesar had told him that he came up and dealt with it. But yeah.
Oh, thank God he was home.
They had a good laugh at my expense, but that's okay.
Oh, God. Now, while he was there, were you continuing to scream, or were you?
Oh, I refused to go. I just came in and pointed and left the room and let him deal with it.
Oh, were you still in the house, though? I imagined you being outside screaming.
Oh, yeah, no, I just went into the kitchen and just stayed there until it was over. He came with, those big, heavy-duty black gloves.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I just pointed, and he just calmly dealt with it, and
Oh,
so it was
wow.
over.
Oh, wow. But,
Then Brian, so when the landlord called today, Brian, he was, if it came back, I was going to tell you to get a steak knife.
Oh, God.
And just plunge the snake knife all the way into the hind end, and you knew it would die, and then it would relax and flush. And I was like, there's no fucking way I could possibly do that. No.
Oh, my God.
I could absolutely not do that.
Just stab it with a knife. Oh, my God.
But I didn't have to do that, and it's gone. And there's no way I could do that. I can't,
No. And I also remembered today that this is like the second time that I have witnessed you having to deal with a rodent situation, because you had that efficiency apartment where there had been apparently like a mouse problem, and they put traps in all the apartments, and one day when I was over, we heard the trap shut. Do you remember the mouse?
No, I don't.
You don't remember? Oh my God.
No.
So we're just sitting there, eating dinner or watching TV or something, and all of a sudden we hear, the trap close, and you just kind of basically started screaming and didn't stop. And the trap was back behind that little, because you had like a studio fridge. You had like a small fridge. And it was back behind there. So you pulled the fridge out, and the mouse was dead, and you kept wanting me to do something, and there was no way in hell I was doing it. And you got like a big, lawn and garden size trash bag. And you had like your hands, you weren't, so, and you basically kind of figured out a way to knock it into the bag. And then you basically, so it's at the bottom of this gigantic bag, and you ran screaming out of your apartment, down that thing, down the steps, all the way to the dumpster, and you screamed the entire time.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
No, I have no memory, although I can totally see myself doing it.
Of course. Oh. Yeah, I remembered that today. That this isn't the first rodent.
Oh my God! I'm not a fan of Verdentia. I'm just not.
No. Well, and I was worried. I sent you a lot of texts and left you a voicemail last night, and I was very relieved to get a text from you this morning that you were still alive and the rat was dead,
yes.
and
yes, and the rat is gone.
The rat is dead and gone, and that you are able to use your bathroom again, and horrifying. But that's. Yep. But I'm glad that you're safe.
Yes, and hopefully, in a week I'll be able to sit on the pot again and not panic. As it is now, I can't quite sit.
Are you hovering? Are you squatting?
I did have to hover. Yes.
Oh,
I had to hover, and I kept looking down.
Maybe just wait until you absolutely have to go immediately, so you can go as quickly as possible and just get the hell out. Do your business out. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're alive, and I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Bye. Okay. I'll call you this weekend.
Bye.